Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center, overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for waking up with us. Greetings from the beautiful New Jersey shore. I'm Ken Malagiere, local small business owner, in for Jeremy Grunin. You are listening to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, streaming live at WOBMAM.com, 1160 and 1310 on your radio AM dial, and streaming live on the Radio Pup app, 1160 News Talk Radio, broadcasting from the beautiful Town Square Media Towers in downtown Toms River. Current temperature, we lost a couple, is 48 degrees, and your sun will set this afternoon at 5:43 p.m. James J. Buffum, current president of the Toms River Country Club, a member of the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, past president and active board member of the Ocean County Y, and currently serving as vice president of the Garden State Philharmonic. I am very pleased that this and more brings Jim into our studio today. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Kenny. Thank you for the invitation. It is a beautiful day in Ocean County. You know, I noticed when I left the house like 20 minutes ago, the annuals are starting to pop through. There's a little bit of green coming up.
We're seeing some daylight on the other end of winter.
We're seeing daylight, and it's getting to be golfing season.
And speaking of golf, James, tell us a little bit about Toms River Country Club. Give us a little history of TRCC.
Well, you know, most people think TRCC behind the hedges is this big, ostentatious country club with a bunch of hoity-toity, snooty people working and joining there and playing there and enjoying their lives. But it's really a beautiful 9-hole golf course with a mid-century modern country club on the Toms River. And it was built in 1933 as Cranmore Country Club. It was 18 holes. And then Ciba-Geigy bought it in the early 50s, sold off 9 holes for development, and that's what's known as Cranmore down along the river.
Right.
So can you imagine if they kept that land, what that country club would be like now? It would be one of the most beautiful country clubs in Jersey.
But even with the 9 holes that we have preserved as a club, I say using the royal we, happen to be a member of the Toms River Country Club as well. But it is a remarkable 9 holes.
It is. I mean, Superstorm Sandy devastated the club. We had about 9 feet of water over most of the course. Our general manager, Ed McSeaman, worked miracles. Some greenskeepers call him the witch doctor. He went old school, used no modern chemicals to save the course.
Right. Fish
heads, fish meal, all kinds of concoctions he developed. And it
smelled like that for a while.
It did.
Yeah.
It did. And students from Rutgers and Maryland and a couple other agronomy schools sent people down, and Ed just did a marvelous job there. But it's a great course. It's a 9-hole course with 18 tees. It's pristine condition. The New Jersey golf superintendents have had their annual meeting there 22 years in a row, and they get to pick any course in New Jersey to play at, and they pick Toms River.
So that is certainly a gold seal of approval for the Toms River Country Club. Jim, who holds the course record?
It's Sam Snead, tied with Steve Ellis, who achieved that record, I guess, 3 or 4 years ago. The Ellis family's been in Toms River forever.
Right. And I know that TRCC is a huge community partner. They host many, many events, including, not least of all, the Sitta wine tasting every June. They are an active participant in Paint the Town Pink, and they also raise a good group of money for Ocean of Love, Susan Komen. And, of course, there are numerous tennis and golf tournaments throughout the year. And what about this the student scholarships and student activities and young people activities at the club?
Well, every year for probably the past 20 years, they used to hold what was called the Mayor's Cup, where the 4 Toms River high schools would play golf together, and the winner would get a nice cup, and each one of the teams would get a scholarship for the player the coach designated. And our Jack Kendrick, who turned 90 last year, has been a member since 1950-something. He was the first Ciba-Geigy employee in Toms River.
Wow.
And he still comes to the club regularly for lunch, plays a hole now and then, but what a great guy, and we renamed it the Kendrick Cup for him.
What a beautiful tribute.
He deserves it. He's a class act. He's philanthropic throughout the community. And then a couple years ago, I think it was Phil Potter came up with the idea to have a tennis tournament for the boys and girls. So it's the same basic format, and each one of the teams gets a scholarship for one of their students from the Toms River Country Club. And the members donate into the scholarship fund every year.
That is tremendous. It's one thing to be there for your members. It's another thing to be there in such a big way for your community. What are some of the other greatest benefits of membership at the Toms River Country Club if someone is perhaps considering a membership? Or as I know, a lot of our members have basically worked their membership into their vacation budget, their annual vacation budget, because the membership start at a pretty approachable rate. They
do. We have social memberships starting at $500 a year, and that's a great value and a great way to get introduced to the course. We have a phenomenal pool. It's an Olympic-sized pool, 25 meters. We have a 12-foot diving well. We have our own swim team that swims in the Shore Summer Swim League, and our pool chairman, Deanna, is just tenacious in making sure that it's a positive experience at the pool.
Right.
So that's one of the people love that, and it opens pretty much from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Our tennis courts, we have 2 hard courts plus 6 clay courts.
Clay courts,
which is unusual.
Sure.
It's us, Bayhead, and then you go to Princeton, and Bayhead's is my life unaffordable, so Toms River fits in there. And then we have different golf memberships, from a one-day golf membership to a full family golf membership. And everything is on our website at tomsrivercc.com, and you could call us at the main number and just extension 33, and you're in.
Awesome. Awesome, Jim. And we're also, will the club be hosting its academy this summer for the young people?
We had our TRCC Academy start last year, which was a week-long academy for younger kids where they spend an hour a day all week playing either an hour of golf, hour of tennis, hour in the pool, and an hour of playtime. And it worked out great. So they were at the club for 4 hours under constant supervision of a certified lifeguard as well as our certified pros.
Awesome. And we're going to get back to more with the Toms River Country Club, but I do understand, Jim, that you are dancing. Is that correct?
Oh, you heard, huh?
I heard.
So the Caregivers of Central New Jersey has a version of Dancing with the Stars. And Kenny, I think you danced in that last year.
I may have danced in that. In my recollection, I won. But in all truth, Father Scott stole the day. That's Father Scott of St. Joe's. But Jim, you are there to dance the night away with a lovely young lady who we both know quite well, Tara Cunningham. And that will be to raise funds and awareness for Caregiver Volunteers of Central Jersey, a wonderful organization in our community. And when will that be, Jim?
That's May 14th at Eagle Ridge Country Club up in Lakewood. It's $65 a ticket. And you can vote online.
Really approachable ticket price there.
It really is. And it's a great event, and it's a lot of fun. And you'll see a lot of community people out there dancing. I am not a good dancer, as my lovely wife, Kathy, can attest to. But Tara and I are going to give it our best shot. We bantered around last night a few ideas. We're going to have lunch tomorrow and figure out what our song is going to be. It's only 90 seconds, but for me, 90 seconds of dancing is
an
like,
eternity.
Oh.
Right. Well, I've seen you play golf, so I would imagine that your dancing skills, if on par with your golfing skills, this will be worth the price of admission.
It should be, and it's funny you use the word par because they come few and far between in my golfing world. And,
yes, I know.
And as does Jeremy. Speaking of Jeremy, where's Jeremy today?
Jeremy's spending some time with his family over the next couple of days, but he'll be back. Don't worry, listeners. He'll be back on Monday. Phil Brilliant, PB, will be here tomorrow, and for your pleasure. Today is my only day in for Jeremy, but so tomorrow we have Phil Brilliant, and then back again on Monday with Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, streaming live, WOBMAM.com, 1160 and 1310 on your radio AM dial. I'm Ken Malagiere, joined with Jim Buffum, live in studio when we come back.
The Sean Hannity Show, this afternoon at 3. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin returns next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Make a difference at the Jersey Shore. 732-505-1160. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for waking up with us, waking up with Jeremy Grunin. I'm Ken Malagiere, in for Jeremy Grunin. Of course, we are streaming live on WOBMAM.com, 1160 and 1310 on your radio AM dial, and live at the Radio Pup app, 1160 News Talk Radio. Current president of the Toms River Country Club, a member of the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, past president and active board member of the Ocean County Y, and current vice president of the Garden State Philharmonic, James J. Buffum, joins me live in studio today. Jim, where do you find your inspiration to get involved in the community?
You know, Ken, it started when our daughters, Marianne and Laura, started swimming for the Toms River. Now, well, it was the Dover Rec Swim Team. Now it's the Toms River Rec Swim Team. And they would be swimming their laps, and we'd have a race, whether it be at the Toms River Pool or the Country Club or Matita, wherever. And these kids in green bathing suits would whoop them every meet and every race. And it turns out they were the Y swimmers. So both girls said they'd like to swim for the Y.
For the winners, right.
For the winners. They wanted to get up there and, win some ribbons that didn't say participant on them. So they that's a whole nother subject. So they got involved in the Y, and Kathy and I got involved in the Y along with them, as timers and working the tables, being marshals. And next thing you know, I was involved in the Parents Association, then I was on the board of the Y, and then I became president of the board of the Y, then I was on the board of the Y, then I became president of the board of the Y again. But it is one of the great organizations in Ocean County. We have over 8,000 members. Last year, we gave out over $250,000 in scholarships.
That is incredible.
It is when you think about it, and the resources that the president at that time, Jonathan Petro, I think who you know, and now Peter Rosario.
Intimate, some say.
And I would believe
Intimately,
that.
Yeah.
So they're doing a great job running the joint. Our new president, Jared Ryan, is moving onward and upward, and I see nothing but great things ahead. But it's about the kids. And if you think of every organization that really, except caregivers, that you and I are involved in, it's really about the kids.
It is, and the youth of our community.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the strength, of course, of our community in the future is going to come from.
Yeah, and Kathy and I are blessed with two great daughters. I take little or no credit for their successes in life and their happiness in life. That sits with my lovely wife, Kathy, but it's...
I agree with that statement.
And most people that know me and know her but she's always at my side, and
sure.
and she, she lets me do this stuff, and I really, it's about the kids. And there's not many charity events that I go to in Ocean County that I don't see John Petro, Kenny Malagiere, Kevin Williams, who just stopped in to say hi, one of my beach buddies from Seaside Park.
That's right.
And it's a great group of people. We need more. We need more people to get involved, and more people to wake up in the morning and go to a board meeting, talk on a radio station, help the kids, do something, get out there and move.
Because you'll be leaving this studio and going directly to your Y board meeting, which you are, as you mentioned, still very active on the board, past president twice, and your work in that organization, and of course across the board, that led to you getting involved in the Philharmonic, and then of course taking the reins at the Toms River Country Club. And you're an active member in the Chamber of Commerce vis-a-vis the Toms River Country Club,
right,
who is a member, and you came up with this great idea. This September will be the first annual Sup the River. Jim, explain that briefly for our listening audience.
Well, the idea came about, we were brainstorming. It was you, Jeremy, and myself playing golf.
Right.
And we looked out at the river and we said, this is an underutilized asset for the community.
What can we do about it? Yeah.
How can we make it better? How can we get it out there? Get people involved in it. And we came up with the Sup the River idea. And it's this year, it's September 17th. We'll be taking off and ending the race at the Toms River Country Club. There's 3 different portions of the race. It's on Chamber website now. People can go look at it, sign up. It's very affordable. You're going to get the coolest shirt from a 5K or a Sup race ever.
Right. And in addition to raising awareness for the Chamber and the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, we're also raising awareness for the Barnegat Bay Partnership to preserve and protect this amazing resource and asset. When we come back with Jim Buffum, ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin.
The news never stops at WOBMAM.com. Get the latest from WOBM News, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio, WOBMAM 1160 and 1310. Live from Town Square Towers at the heart of the Jersey Shore. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Get up, get out, do something. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio, WOBMAM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for waking up and sharing your morning with us. I'm Ken Malagiere, in for Jeremy Grunin. You are listening to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, streaming live on WOBMAM.com, 1160 and 1310 on your radio AM dial, and on the radio pup app at 1160 News Talk Radio, broadcasting from the beautiful Town Square Media Tower. The current president of the Toms River Country Club, member of the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce, past president and active board member of the Ocean County Y, and current vice president of the Garden State Philharmonic, James J. Buffum, joins me this morning live in our studio. Jim, so great to have you with us.
K-Dog, so great to be here. You know what we didn't mention last time, and I think you got a text from your better half about it.
What's that, Jim?
That's the 35th annual Ocean County YMCA golf outing is coming up on June 6th.
It is indeed. Tell us a little bit more about the history of that golf outing.
You know, it started, this is the 35th, as I just said, and it was the brainstorm of three individuals who played golf together at the Toms River Country Club. It was Don Jump, otherwise known as the Jumper, Harvey York, famous local attorney, and the iconic Sidney Kasanoff.
Right.
And they got together and said, you know, let's help the Y. They were on the board of the Y at the time. Let's help the Y with a golf outing. And that's when it started.
35 years ago.
35 years, longest continuous running golf outing in Ocean County.
Right. And at 18 years old, that's remarkable that those gentlemen had such vision at such a young age.
I think they talked about it at their high school graduation.
That's perfect. Beautiful. And this year it will be at
Greenbrier at Ocean Air down in Waretown, New Jersey. It's a senior citizen community, but with a private golf course. It's a beautiful golf course. It does not get a lot of play because, as I understand it, seniors don't like to play in the rain. Mm-hmm. They don't like to play over 85 degrees, and they all want to play at 9:15 in the morning.
Right. So a lightly used golf course. Yes. I will say it is a beautiful, beautiful piece of property there. And, of course, there is plenty of libation on the course. If you enjoy an adult beverage whilst golfing, this is a golf outing for you and one that is not to be missed. And, of course, for more information, you can contact Janet for details at the Ocean County Y, 732-431-9622. Please ask Janet for details. And Jim, of course, you're involved in so many different organizations here at the Jersey Shore. But tell our audience, how did you choose the New Jersey Shore? Of all the places in the world to live, you've decided to live, work, and now retire at the Jersey Shore.
Well, it happened by necessity, really. Kathy and I went to Monmouth University, got out in 1972, and we wanted to live in Rumson.
Right.
Long Branch College, Rumson, beautiful place. We looked at Rumson and we looked at carriage houses with dirt floors that started at $180,000 in 1972. That was really a lot of money for a house. And then we came to the realization that we couldn't afford to live where our hearts wanted to live, and we ended up in Toms River, and we are really glad we did.
So are we.
It's such a great community, and I think it's made the turn to the future for revitalization. I think the Chamber of Commerce and the bid is doing a great job of trying to develop the vision and make it happen. They've talked about what Toms River needs to do for years, but nobody's ever stepped up and done it. And I think Jeremy on his morning radio show and his little tagline is getting people to think.
Right.
You know, how do we make downtown Toms River thrive? How do we make it to be a place we want it to be, that you want to go to for dinner, that you want to go watch a sports event at, you know, a local pub, whatever it is that makes you want to come to downtown, revitalize it.
And for the first time, I couldn't agree more, Jim. For the first time in a long time, there seems to be this you can feel it. It's a tangible groundswell of activity that is happening in our community. Finally, after years of talk, hasn't been this way in a long time. I'm sure there once was a movement for better development, better business, better restaurants, better artist groups in our community. And not that we've ever had bad ones, but ones that are really going to just really, turn the tide for the positive here in our community. And I think that there is a Herculean effort to try to make that happen. What do you do in your leisure time, Jim? You're an awfully busy guy. Do you have any leisure time?
Well, yeah, my happy place is at the beach with Kathy. Right. I mean, we'd love to go to Seaside Park. Kevin Williams stopped by before, as we said. He's a beach buddy. You know, we don't see him much during the year except at some charity events, but he's at the beach whenever we can, and we go to the beach whenever we can as well. It's a great asset to the shore. It's a great place. Seaside Park is great. I just read in the paper this morning about the state's pushing no smoking on the beaches, which if you don't smoke, I'm 100% in favor of.
Right.
You know, they've pretty much done it in Seaside
really
Park.
enhances the beach experience, of course. Sure.
And Seaside Park's already banned smoking, but it's still, it's still there, and I think it's one of those things that should be done, especially on the state beaches. Beautiful Island Beach State Park. Wow, what a place that is. I ride my bike there a lot. I do bike on not a motorcycle, a regular bicycle type thing, road bike.
A Schwinn.
No, it's a Specialized. I got down at Beachwood Bikes. It's a great bike, and
very nice.
It's funny. It's good stuff down there.
Excellent. Thanks for weighing in on that no smoking at our public beaches. Jim, what are some of the future plans or initiatives for Tom's River Country Club?
Well, we continue to try to grow our membership. I mean, that's the key to the long-term sustainability of any organization, whether not-for-profit or for-profit. And fortunately, last year, through the efforts of some of our members, and I'll name a couple of them right off the bat: Paul Ryan, Dave Wintrode, Sid Kastanoff, Jack Kendrick, and Steve Leone. They put together a long-term financing plan with Harmony Bank up in Jackson. So we partner with Harmony, so we have a 25-year mortgage now, which is great. Mm-hmm. We're really trying to work to get younger families involved. We've developed some very affordable family memberships, so everybody can come to the pool on a Saturday morning or whenever they want to and enjoy the day. We have family fun days, family fun nights for the kids all throughout the year. We'd like them to not just come in the summer, but for 12 months out of the year, so that it becomes their club. And then we're to the point now where we have kids of some of the original members joining.
Beautiful.
So the legacy lives on.
It does. And TRCC is here to stay, certainly. So they've doubled down on their commitment to the community. Jim is leading the way with their board members doubling down on their activities in the community to stay current, to stay relevant, to really be in and for the community of not only Tom's River, but of course the greater New Jersey Shore. And Jim, I understand we have a new food service at the Tom's River Country Club.
We're really excited. This family's been involved in food and beverage industry in Tom's River for over 40 years. The Bomios. They own 3B's, Villa Amalfi, and they've taken over the food service at TRCC. And I saw the menu yesterday. We're opening tonight, actually, for a soft opening. And tomorrow night we have an event at the club, which I know we're going to talk about.
Absolutely. H. Hargrove tomorrow, our artist in residence for the Tom's River Country Club for this current season, 2016-17. Couldn't be happier to be working with the Bomio family there. They do a tremendous job. Thanks, Jim, for bringing that up this morning. Looking forward to our last segment with James J. Buffum, president of the Tom's River Country Club. When we come back, you're listening to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, 732-505-1160.
Get more Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin at our website, WOBMAM.com. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Get up, get out, do something. Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin continues. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160, 1310, and WOBMAM.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for waking up with us. I'm Ken Malagiere, local small business owner, in for Jeremy Grunin. You are listening to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin, streaming live at WOBMAM.com, 1160 and 1310 on your radio AM dial. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful Town Square Media Tower and available on your radio pup app at 1160 News Talk Radio. Current president of the Tom's River Country Club, a member of the Greater Tom's River Chamber of Commerce, past president and active board member of the Ocean County Y, brings James J. Buffum into our studio. Of course, if you'd like more information on all that is going on, the special events at the Ocean County Y, please call Janet Salito, 732-341-9622. And if you'd like to meet James in person, then please buy a ticket, show up to May 14th, Caregiver Volunteers of Central Jersey Dancing with Their Stars, where Jim is going to just show off his many dance moves. Isn't that right, James?
No, it's actually my partner in this endeavor, Tara Cunningham, is going to really show off. I'm just the window dressing. she's the action.
And what a window dressing you are. Jim, if you could change or improve one thing in our community, this is Jeremy's big question, of course, so we can't let you go without an answer, or in the greater New Jersey Shore, what would that be if you had that magic wand?
I mean, I think the first thing everybody thinks of is cure for cancer, world peace, but let's take it down to Toms River. I would love to see a revitalized downtown. I mean, a downtown that we're proud of, that has vibrant activities, that has some really good restaurants, some average restaurants that are family-friendly, activities for the entire family. Figure out a way to bring the river more into focus. I mean, we have a beautiful, beautiful asset that we don't use enough of.
Right.
And we have a great restaurant, Water Street, right on the river there, and that's a beautiful place to eat. You know, we have the Toms River Country Club, which is on the river, the Island Heights Yacht Club, the Toms River Yacht Club with beautiful views. But
we
really,
have these tremendous assets, but we don't always use them to the best of our ability or to the ability of what these facilities can be.
And back in the day, and when I was growing up in the 50s, the town I grew up in, Collingswood, down South Jersey, had a vibrant downtown, but the malls killed the downtowns just like they killed downtown Toms River. And Collingswood, fortunately, has come back in a big way and is recognized as one of the chic towns in New Jersey. And I think Toms River can be there, too. We don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just have to copy what other people did to be successful.
Right. And we have the bones. So
Yes.
It exists. We're not trying to, as you say, reinvent the wheel downtown. The building is there. Facilities are there. We just need to make them work for our community rather than our community constantly just trying to work for them. I think that we can make a change. And there are a lot of organizations, the artist community, the co-op, working downtown to try to make that change. The BID, as you mentioned earlier, trying to make that change. So I think with everybody rowing in the same direction, we can finally see that change for downtown Toms River that so many of our guests are asking for. And I'm hoping that will come sooner than later. I think we'll all be a happier town, a happier place to live, work, retire, if we're able to see that through to fruition. So, Jim, are you excited about the debates tonight?
Oh, I can't wait. I'm going to go home and take a nap after I go to the YMCA board meeting. I have to meeting at the country club after that. I'm going to take a nap, so I'm all ready for the debates tonight.
So you're pumped and ready to see what Mr. Trump has in store for his listening and viewing audience. I couldn't be more excited. This is like, I'm a little bit of a political junkie, I have to say, but I do find a lot of pleasure in watching the political circus unfold. So we're going to be able to buy tickets to see Jim at Caregiver Volunteers May 14th at the beautiful Eagle Ridge Golf and Country Club. That will be in the evening on May 14th. That's the second Saturday in May. And of course, just a few weeks after that will be the 35th annual Ocean County-wide golf outing at the beautiful Greenbrier Ocean Air in Waretown, New Jersey. Jim, this has been such a pleasure to have you on the air with us to share the wonderful things that are going on at Toms River Country Club. Remind our listeners one more time, tomorrow there's an event at the Toms River Country Club.
Right. Tomorrow evening we have an art show which is open to the public. It's H. Hargrove. He's a local artist who sells millions of pieces all over the world. Starts at 5 o'clock, goes to 9 o'clock. Stop by, enjoy some of his original artwork. He's going to be raffling off a $725 value painting called The Bridge, which is a very, very attractive piece of work.
Awesome. So not only can you enjoy the club, see what it's about, have a little tour of the house, but you also have a chance to win a $725 limited edition print signed by H. Hargrove. That's a wonderful opportunity for you to stop in, see the club, enjoy a glass of wine and some light fare. If you're a member of the Toms River Country Club or would like to be a member of the Toms River Country Club, stop by in the office. Stick around tomorrow evening in the grill room for dinner. We'd love to have you as our guests. Give us a shout. Let us know you're on your way, and we will certainly be gracious hosts. Really appreciate you being with us today, Jim. This has been Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. Hopefully, you'll be able to join us tomorrow morning where we have Phil Brilliant. You know Phil, Jim, another wonderful member of the Greater Toms River Chamber of Commerce. Tremendous guy. He'll be hosting tomorrow morning. don't worry. Jeremy will be back on Monday with another wonderful week filled with guests and highlights of the weekend's events, I'm sure. Promises to be a great time. I don't know when I'll be back, but I do know that there's a lot of events going on in our community. Muse of Fire, March the 12th, Garden State Philharmonic at the Jay and Linda Grunin Center for the Arts. Of course, the River to Bay 5K coming up on May 7th. This has been a real pleasure. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, waking up with Jeremy Grunin. Just get out there and do something.
The news is next. Live from the WOBM Newsroom, the Town Square, New Jersey News Network, and Fox News Radio. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.